Now call upon the first speaker to deliver her opening remarks with a 5-minute limit. Stacey.
Thank you very much. Hello everyone, and thank you for coming out tonight. My name is Stacey Geiga and I am running for the mayor of Port. I'd like to recognize that we are in First Nations territory of the Hupuchesa and Sashot. I'm running for the mayor of Port Alberni because I believe that we've reached a critical point in our evolution and we're at a crossroads. This election represents a great opportunity to focus on a new direction for the kind of sustainable future we'll create for ourselves and for our children. I represent that new direction for a new era. I represent choice for change from the status quo. I've advocated for a number of causes in our community over the years since moving here. Under the name Stacey Robbins, I'm known as well, before my husband and I were married. I worked on trying to have forestry companies adopt Crown forestry practices. When our Arbutus Ridge was being logged, I advocated to keep our viewscapes intact. Of course, not against logging, but against logging our viewscapes only, and logging on the other side is quite fine. I advocated for better drinking water, protection of our drinking water sources up at Lizard Lake. I worked on the Martin Mars campaign when they were going to be leaving our valley. The most critical issue I've been working on as an advocate in our community since moving here is the coal issue. This is such a critical issue for our socio-economic and environmental future, for the effects that could potentially happen to our community. My intention is to continue dedicating my efforts toward building a sustainable, viable community as the mayor of Port Alberni. And that vision doesn't, of course, include a coal port. I'm passionate about seeing Port Alberni reach a new era by implementing the Outlook 2020 vision that was created by several hundred members of our community who volunteered and dedicated their time for our benefit. My goal is to diversify our economy, to create jobs, especially for youth, 21st century jobs, and that will also help contribute to establishing less tax dependency on heavy industry. There's ways of doing this by building on creative issues that have already started, like the Uptown Revitalization, the supporting the Roland Arts, the Rotary Arts Uptown Corridor, broader, higher educational opportunities, such as like the Pacific Coast University. There's a good example, Wolfgang Zimmerman, a prime example of a man who had a vision and brought it to reality in our community. And building upon our senior-friendly community as well, and strengthening cooperative ventures with First Nations. One of the biggest things I'd like to focus on is attracting medium and light industries to benefit our community long-term, sustainable industries. And that would also establishing a prosperous agricultural industry in the valley. And we're so close to major centers. We have affordable real estate. One of the things that I learned as a corporate executive, search consultant over the years, working with many different industries, is that quality of life is one of the main issues, or one of the main reasons that helps to attract people to move to different communities. And we can attract entrepreneurs, professionals, different satellite businesses, that these people who look for quality of life surroundings to live in. But it's going to require greater communication, openness, transparency, efficiency, and accountability. And implementing a new community strategic plan requires a leader with strengths, energy, and knowledge to make this vision a reality. I believe that I have some unique skills to offer Port Alberni, and that knowledge is built on some successes that I had as a consultant working for different municipalities across British Columbia. I've been self-employed since 1992, and I'm a small business entrepreneur in Port Alberni with the Ocean Canal Clubhouse that's up on 3rd Avenue. I understand there are many, many opportunities to bring different industries and different manufacturing sectors to Port Alberni, having worked with actually, the Scots director was like a Bible of mine when I first started recruiting in Toronto. There's many different types of industries that could relocate here. How I plan on doing this is by establishing traditional governance concepts. We need a comprehensive operational audit to ensure our tax dollars are well spent. And we need to ensure that all decisions are measured against the official community plan and Outlook 2020. Then and only then will we be able to promote Port Alberni and attract potential investors. My ambition to become the mayor of Port Alberni is to make our community the best that it can be for everyone. It takes a whole community to move forward, and I'm an alternative choice for being mayor, and it's up to Port Alberni to choose what our direction is going to be in the coming years. Thank you very much.
I call upon Mayor Ken McCrae.
Good evening. Thank you for coming tonight. What a great theatre we have here. Congratulations to the Capital Theatre Groups for making such a comfortable place. First elected in 1999, became mayor in 2001. Been fortunate to be mayor with such a strong, energetic council. I have learned over the past 10 years that council is a team effort, and that's what it's all about when you're on council. Past year, we lost Ike Patterson, a valiant and hardworking member of our team. Ike could be counted on for good common sense and for his great knowledge of the history of our community. I would like to take this opportunity to tell you about the efforts Council and I are taking to improve the local situation for jobs and the economy. Fisherman's Harbour. Pat Deacon, our Economic Development Manager, has been working hard with the Harbour Authority and Island Coastal Economic Trust, which I am on, and I'm the head negotiator for Alberni Clackwood on that board. I negotiate with 7 other mayors. So this is a huge project. It's going to end up being about a $10 million project. $4.8 million comes from the provincial government, which is the money that I make sure is going to happen. One of the first things we're going to do is going to put a breakwater, and that breakwater is built already. It's going to be 50 feet wide, 400 feet long. It's going to go off the donut shop. And so that's what the Canadian government said you have to do. Before you do anything to the harbour, you have to guarantee us that you're going to protect the harbour for future use. And that's what we're doing. We've already got the Fino Air that's going to come in and use the harbour. So we'll be able to bring our sports fishermen in here like we do in other communities, and they can come here, stop by and fish. We're also looking at it, using it for windsurfing, and so it's going to be a great expansion. One of the greatest things we've done, we're going to buy some of that property, the Harbour Authority is, off Western Forest Products. We've never seen them sell any property in our community before, and with that we're going to be able to expand the floats. We're going to put in an ice production plant. We're going to have fuel. You know how tough it is to get fuel in this community. And we're also going to have marine ways. It's going to be the second future of this. So this is going to be unique for the community. What we're trying to do is return the tuna fleet that used to come to Port Alberni. It's a huge thing. They got about 6 people here now. They left when we had the major blowout in 1996, and they're all willing to come back. I have some good connections. Glenn Clark's a good friend of mine. He's the first vice president of the Jim Patterson Group of Company, second biggest company in North America. They have guaranteed that they're going to help us out. When I went to see him, then they have 33,000 employees. 4 days later, he sent the Canadian Fish Company, which owns 40% of the licenses in British Columbia, to come and take a look at our fish plant to see what we can do. Since then, we've been working with the provincial government and Don McCrae, the MLA for Courtenay, and so we have different people looking at for opportunities. The other thing I would like to talk about is the funding of the Tourist Bureau. That was also funding by ICE-T, Island Coastal Economic Trust, brand new information center, home of the Chamber of Commerce. Their new attractive building has already increased a lot of people. And that's the main idea of what we have to do here. We have to stop the people coming to Alberni and just go to the West Coast, and we're doing that. And congratulations to the ambassadors who make that happen. It's really important that we have a lot of adventure tourism. I had a meeting with the people of the Long Beach Chamber of Commerce, and their comment to me was people are getting bored of just coming here and looking at waves. They want something else to do. That was a meeting we had 5 or 6 years ago. They'd probably like to see some trails. So we have been working hard on trails. As you know, the Log Train Trail is a gem. It's something that was Frank Steeny started, and we're improving on that. We're now working on the Inlet Trail, more money from ICE-T that I negotiated. We just need a couple of bridges. I'm going to get a couple of bridges out of the Catalyst Mill in Campbell River. I'm going to renew them, so we're going to go across the Franklin and the China Creek. And that trail is going to go down to Headquarters Bay. We already did the running trail from Headquarters Bay into Francis Lake, and we're working on the final part of that trail from Francis Lake into Nitnap, and you'll be able to come up with the trail coming out of Victoria. So it's going to be great. It's going to be a great adventure. Another thing we worked on is under 17 World Hockey. It was interesting when I went to Greece to get the cup. They introduced me at 2 o'clock in the morning, and the head of the Globe and Mail says, I know Port Alberni. They put on the best under 17 World Hockey we have ever seen in this country. And with that, we've got hockey camps. And with the hockey camps, we're bringing 400 kids into our community with their families. They're all spending money, and we're going to encourage that. We just signed an agreement with them at the last council meeting, and that's for another 2 years. So just in closing, these are some achievements the council has completed. Next year is going to be our 100th anniversary. It's going to be great when we have lots of people come here for tourism, and I know they're going to have a great time. Thank you very much.